Good day, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we shall be treating a topic in physics known as projectiles. So, without beating around the bush, let's dive in. When attempting to understand the topic, one must know the definition of that topic. And this brings us to the question of what a projectile is. So, in simple terms, a projectile is an object which is launched in space and is allowed to move freely under the influence of gravity and air resistance. Example of projectile motion we have is a bullet launched in space. Another is a player that kicked a ball and the ball is allowed to move freely and then land in a final position, etc. etc. So in the previous example given, we can see a characteristic parabolic pattern traced out by the projectile. Now, from that pattern, we can draw out a trajectory graph.
Please note that the graph of a projectile is called trajectory.
The main part of projectile motion, which is the range, the vertical height, and the time of flight. Now, let's explain this individually. The range of a projectile is the horizontal distance covered by the projectile, while the height of the projectile, vertical height, is the vertical distance covered by the projectile, while the time of flight is the time taken for the projectile to cover either of these distances. Hope that is clear. So now you can calculate for the vertical height, the range, and the time of flight using the below formulas. Make sure to note them down because they will be very essential in calculations involving projectiles. Before we proceed to calculations, one must take note that for maximum range to occur, the angle of the projectile to the horizontal must be 45 degrees. I have it proved in the next picture. So let's dive into calculations.
Okay guys, so we have a question here. The question says a ball is thrown at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal with an initial velocity of 10 meters per second. The question says find the range of the ball. Note that some questions might say find the total horizontal displacement of the ball. They're still talking about the range. Then the second question says find the highest distance covered in the vertical direction. You know they are talking about the vertical height. And then the third one says find the time taken to reach its landing spot. They're talking about time of flight. So let's proceed. See solution. You can draw the projectile diagram if you wish. So you see the ball is launched in space. It's thrown at an angle of 30 degrees. So you know this angle here is 30 degrees. So the velocity at which the ball is thrown is 10 meters per second. 10 meters per second. So now the question says find the range of the ball. The range is this distance, that is from here to this point here. Let's call it x. So the second question says find the highest distance covered in the vertical direction. It means from this point to this point. Let's call it y. Okay, so let's tackle those two first before moving to the next question. So from our formula, range equals u square sine 2 theta over g. So we have our u, which is our initial velocity, to be 10 meters per second, and our angle of inclination to be 30 degrees. So we plug in the values. Our u is 10 square sine 2, our theta is 30 degrees over our acceleration to gravity is 10. So 10 square is 100 sine 2 theta, this is 60 degrees over 10. So 10 will cancel 10 to give us 10. So this is 10 sine 60 degrees. Sine 60 is the same as root 3 over 2. and this will give us 5 root 3 if we are keeping our answer in short form. And then this is still the same as 8.660. 8.660. Since it is range, that means we're talking about distance, so the unit is in meters. So now let's go to the next question. The next question says find the highest distance covered in the vertical direction. So now the highest distance covered in the vertical direction is talking about the vertical height, which h equals u square sine square theta over 2g. So you plug in the values. Our u is 10, 10 square sine square, our theta is 30 over 2, our g is 10. So this is 100 sine square 30 over 20. So 100 divided by 20, this is 5. So we're left with 5 sine square 30. So this is 5 sine 30 squared. So this is 5. Sine 30 is the same as 1 over 2 squared. So this is 5 1 over 4. So this is 5 over 4. And then this will give us 1.25. Since it's distance, so it's measured in meters. So the last question says find the time taken to reach its landing spot. So I'm talking about time of flight, which is t equals 2u sine theta over g. So this is 2, our u is 10, our angle of inclination is 30 over 10. So this 10 will cancel this 10, so we're left with 2 sine 30. Sine 30 is 1 over 2. This is 2 times 1 over 2. This is 1 second.
Thanks for watching this far. If you don't understood, solve this question and drop your answer in the comment section, and we'll see you in our next video.